Well, this is a historic policy. Families with kids, about 85% of families in this country with kids are going to get $300 a month. Our challenge is actually to make sure everyone understands that they qualify. And some of the lowest income families may not be aware of this program and may not go through the IRS to sign up for the program. So all of us in Congress are trying to do forums in our district to let people know this is a big deal for every child. You can get $300 a month. It's not just for the poor and working class. It goes up to the middle class.
You make a good point. There are a lot of people who maybe have not been working for a while due to the pandemic or other reasons who, may have sort of fallen off the radar, so to speak. What do they need to know about getting this child tax credit?
Well, they need to know that it's very simple. They can contact their member of Congress, they can contact any local agency, and they can sign up to make sure that the IRS has their information. And this is refundable. In other words, this is something you get even if you don't have a job or high income. It's some money that you can claim. And that is something that many people just aren't aware about. And our challenge as a country is how do we get this cash in the hands of people who are sometimes the lowest income and aren't part of the system of tax filing. So that, frankly, is the biggest challenge.
Yeah, I can see that. Congressman, President Biden met with Democrats on Capitol Hill yesterday to discuss infrastructure. What's your take on this $3.5 trillion infrastructure deal? And do you believe it stands a chance of passing for real?
I think it's going to pass, and it is going to be a historic shift in how we view the role of government. My entire life growing up, I've heard big government is the problem, government can't solve things. Now we finally have a commitment that the government can play a critical role in economic development, in human development, in helping communities that have been left behind. This bill has free community college, free preschool education, a commitment to solar, wind, and renewable energy. It's going to expand Medicare to include vision, dental, hearing. These are things that are going to make a tangible difference in people's lives. I think Senator Bernie Sanders deserves tremendous credit, and of course, President Biden.
And you are the chairman of the Environment Subcommittee on Oversight, and part of what could be included in this infrastructure bill is money to address climate change. You also represent a state that's been devastated by wildfires both this year and in recent years. Is this allotted money enough, do you think, to address the weather conditions we're seeing? And how do you sell that part of the plan to naysayers who argue, well, that's not truly infrastructure?
Well, no, it's not enough, but it's a great start. It's going to have a clean energy standard to get us to a certain percent of renewable energy by 2030. It's going to have massive investments in solar and wind. It's going to have a significant reduction in fossil fuel subsidies. So do we need more? Absolutely. But this is a great start. And I guess I'm not hung up on what we call these things, whether we want to call free community college and preschool and investments in the environment infrastructure or call them something else. I don't think really matters. I think what matters is that we are doing things that are going to improve people's lives. I'm not hung up on what the label is.
Now, as you know, Democrats are going to attempt to pass this bill through reconciliation, so it doesn't need Republican votes. How do you feel about possibly having to go this route? And if something like this can't get passed with bipartisan support, is there any hope at all to get Republicans on board for any issues facing Congress?
Yes, Senator Schumer and I have a bipartisan bill, Endless Frontiers, that Senator Young and Representative Gallagher have supported, over $100 billion in increasing our science and technology innovation budget so that we lead the world, not China or other countries. And that passed the Senate 68-32, and I'm confident it will pass the House. So there are areas of bipartisanship. But candidly, this reconciliation package, it's very hard to make it bipartisan when the Republicans have never supported the role of government in making community college free and having preschool education and expanding Medicare. These have been Democratic priorities. They don't believe that the government should have a role in promoting people's education and healthcare. Democrats do. It's a philosophical difference. I think the people are on our side.
And then, of course, there is that bipartisan infrastructure bill, which Senator Schumer has said he would like to bring to the Senate floor by the week of July 19th. That's right around the corner. It's also approaching the August recess for lawmakers. How realistic is it, do you think, that this will get done before the break?
I'm hopeful, but the bipartisan deal is not enough. Do we need to fix our roads and bridges? Absolutely. But do we need more than that? Yes. When you ask families in my district who are hurting, what do they need? They say we need funding for education. We need funding for our childcare. I can't cover my dental expenses. I can't cover my hearing aid expense. So people have the need for better roads, bridges, infrastructure, but they also have many human needs as families. And that's why we must do both. And on broadband, one of the problems with the bipartisan infrastructure deal is it says that basically you can have copper wires into some of the rural communities, but we're not going to give you fiber. Why? Why shouldn't we have fiber? If we can have fiber into my district in Silicon Valley, I think we should have fiber everywhere in this country, and that requires more money.